Okay, welcome to another class in biostatistics. So this time we are considering correlation coefficients. And correlation coefficient, we are looking at relationship. So correlation, we are looking at relationship. Okay, so yeah, let's call this regression. So let's directly relate both together now. So I prefer to call this correlation and regression. Now, this is when a researcher is trying to compare the relationship or association between two distinct observations. So, for example, maybe the researcher is looking at comparing the age, say age S, with height Y. So, you can choose to do a correlation, and in correlation we have two main formulas we use. We use the Pearson correlation coefficient, and we also use the Spearman rank correlation. So we are using Pearson correlation coefficient here. So maybe on the long run we'll still be able to compare this same data with Spearman rank correlation. So here, if you look at this, now you must be able to recall the formula. So the formula for Pearson correlation coefficient is given as R is equal to n sigma sy minus sigma s sigma y over the square root of n sigma s squared minus sigma s bracket squared, then n sigma y squared minus sigma y squared. Then with this, you'll be able to remember how to populate this table. Now, how do you populate this table? You must be able to interpret all the parameters of this formula. The parameter of this formula, first thing we have here is n. N is just the number of variables. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the n here is 5. So this one also is 5. So it's 5. The number of variables when we are comparing everything is just 5. So n will be 5. Sigma is summation, so summation of sy. So meaning that the first thing we are going to add to this table is an sy column. So we create an sy column. What this simply means is that we are going to be multiplying the variable of the variable 2 under the observation s with the variable 6 under the observation y. So we say 2 times 6 here. That will give us 12 if we are using calculator. Now, we say 6 times 7. So 6 times 7, that is 42. 4 times 9, 4 times 9 equal to 36. 3 times 10, 30. Then 6 times 4, which is 24. So this will be 24. Here, remember we are using sigma. So sigma means summation, that is the total. So we do the sigma s here, which is the sum of this one. So we say 2 plus 6 plus 4 plus 3 plus 6. So let's compute it as 2 plus 6 plus 4 plus 3 plus 6. This will give us 21. So we compute the same for y. So that will be sigma y is equal to, we compute the result 6 plus 7 plus 9 plus 10 plus 4. This will give us 36. Then we compute sigma sy. Sigma sy is going to be 12 plus 42 plus 36 plus 30 plus 24. So we compute it this way. We say 12 plus 42 plus 36 plus 30 plus 24. That gives us 144. 144. Now, is there any other thing we are computing? We've gotten sigma sy, which is given here, sigma sy. Sigma s we computed as 21, sigma y as 36. The numerator is settled, so let's consider the denominator. Now, the denominator we have n, of course, we have known n is 5. Then sigma s squared. So meaning we want to compute for s squared. That is the next column here. I told us the formula will show us the columns we have to create here. So from here now, from this formula, we know that we want to create an s squared column. So what is the s squared column? The s squared column is to square all the variables under this observation s. So what are the variables we have here? We have 2. So 2 squared is 4. 6 squared, 36. 4 squared is 16. 3 squared is 9. 6 squared is 36. So the next thing is to get the summation, sigma s squared. So sigma s squared is, we add everything together, 4 plus 36 plus 16 plus 9 plus 36. So we've computed it, use your calculator. So in examination, you are allowed to go with a calculator, provided it's not a programmable one. So this is Casio FS 991 ES Plus. So you are allowed to go with a calculation like this. So we compute this. We say 12 plus 42. Sorry, 4 plus 36. 4 plus 36 plus 16 plus 9 plus 36. That gives us 101. 101 is 101. So, having done this, let's look at the table again. Is there any other thing we are computing? So, from the formula, we've gotten this sigma s squared now. So, sigma s is already gotten here. So, if we go over to this other side of the numerator, of the denominator, we have it as sigma y squared. So, meaning we are going to create additional column y squared. So, y squared is here. So, what this simply means is we are going to be squaring all the variables under this observation y. So, which is the height? Y. So, we square 6. So, 6 will be 36. We square 7, that will be 49. We square 9, that is 81. We square 10, that will be 100. We square 4, that will be 16. So if you are not sure of the square, please make use of the calculator. So because exam tension can make you be prone to error. So we do this now. We do the sigma also, that is the summation y square. Summation y square. So we add everything together just like we did for for s squared. So we add this one together. So we say 36 plus 49 plus 81 plus 100 plus 16 is equals to 282. So 282. So this is the summation of the y squared. So no other parameter again, we'll be able to get this. So what we need to do is now to fix the values we have got here into this formula. So here n is 5, we said n is 5, so times sigma sy. What is sigma sy from our table? Sigma sy is 144. So times 144, we bracket this just to create orderliness. Then sigma s, we've got sigma s here as 21. We say 21 times sigma y. Sigma y is 36. So we bracket this again and close. Then we have the square root here. here we do the denominator, so the n is 5 also. So 5 times 5 times sigma s squared. So this s squared, this is the sigma s squared, which is given to us, which we've calculated to be 101. So 101 bracket close minus sigma s. So please don't confuse this with this sigma s squared. They are different. So this sigma s squared or square bracket square is for this sigma here, this observation s. So meaning that you are squaring 21. So that will be 21 squared. So not this one, not sigma s squared. So please don't make that mistake. If you make the mistake, your answer will be wrong. So we are computing for sigma s bracket square. So this is the one we are referring to here. Then we close this. We have this square bracket here. Then we now do the same for this other side. So the n here is 5 times sigma y squared. So sigma y squared is 2h2. So we have it at times 2h2 minus sigma y. So like I said, the sigma y here is not for this one, is not this sigma y square, is for sigma y, this 36. So you have 36, then you square it. So that is the one you are referring to. So if you compute the one for sigma y square, which is 22, then your answer will be wrong. So please be sure to compute sigma y squared. So this is the sigma y, so 36 squared. So that is what the one you are squaring. Now we now proceed further. We simplify this. So 5 times 44. So 5 times 144 is equal to 720. So we have 720 minus this 21 times 36. So 21 times 36. That gives us 7